for the merge parameter as the filter value. So whatever filter value we have defined, so ZZM merge parameter, this is defined as a service name, and then we say okay. So input without additional, okay. This is equal to, so the filter gets defined by using the standard service name, and then first let's save this filter, and after this let's navigate to the implementing class. So this is the class which will inherit the standard class, and because we have copied the sample class, so we get a code. Now in this code, so USMD change request action with value 423, so these are standard values, and we don't need to change them. So we'll keep this loop as the standard implementation, and so basically we so handle and this so if I go to, so this is the display mode. If I go to the class, then let me go to the so this is the method within the interface. So we'll keep this method as it is, so we will not change this. And so we don't intend to change anything in the code as of now, because the example coding is already there, so we'll not go into the part. So now the only thing is, like with this method, we can go to the change mode, edit mode, and we can check this syntax check, and we can activate this. So we can then say continue. So the method gets activated. We'll save it, and sorry, we'll need to activate this, and then we move back. So now the enhancement implementation again has to be checked for the activation. So basically when we move back, we should see the implementations. So this is the last implementation, which is the implementation is called. So we can double click this and then see that the method within the class is activated. The filter values, they are saved. The enhancement implementation is also active. And now after this is done, then there is also a system method call that we have used in the workflow in the decision table, which means that within the given enhancement spot, we then have to use another body, which is USMD SSW system method caller. So when I open this, and So the same way we have to, follow the same steps. We'll create a body implementation, so we can have our own way. We define this, and in this we will then use the enhancement implementation, and let's call this as ZZM BS mat WF, and let's call this as system with another name. And in this case we can also define, we can also have a naming convention. We give a name, implementation for for system method call, and then we say create so we'll define this as a local object. So this is the name. We double click this Z body BS mat parallel workflow, and we call this as with our own name, which is system SYST body implementation for parallel workflows. Let it be ZZCL, and let's call this class as SYST. So a new implementing class with a new body implementation. So now here in this case we don't need to copy the sample class. We'll create an empty implementation. So instead of using copy sample class for this enhancement implementation, we will say create empty implementation, and we'll select this, and we will then say create empty class, and then we execute this. So again the implementation gets so let's go to the method. So within the implementing class, when we interface method not yet implemented, create the implementation. So here we have let's go to, and in the next line we can simply say dummy. So this may not be required, but sometimes you may want to define this as a dummy object. So in our case we can skip this dummy part also. It's not a, so we'll save this and activate this. Why it should show an error now? Editing cancelled. So if I say check, so no syntax errors, then we activate this, and then we say, so let's activate this. So the object gets activated, and like in the previous case, we then need to define the filter values, and in order to define the filter values, so we will use this combination option, and here we will then select the object that we have created, which is ZZM merge parameter, and in this case we will use the other service name, which is set parameter, and then we say OK, and then we save it. So the implementing class